Aries, welcome. Just saging, cleansing the energy for a minute. This is such a good practice because it really helps us kind of ground into the energy and open up into the flow. It's one of my favorites. Not everyone's cup of tea, but you know. Ooh. I think it's always important to be mindful, conscious of our space, of our energy, who we're inviting in, etc. So let's take a look. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. This is our weekly tarot reading. Cross watchers, obviously welcome. The energy is fluid, timeless. As long as the message resonates with you, then it means it's meant for you. All right, guys, let's see what's going on in your world right now. Ooh, okay. I don't read reversals, as a heads up. So eternity. So there needs to be a focus, or there is a focus on kind of like what you're building, what you're growing, what you're establishing. And this is something that is, you know, for a long time. Obviously, with that eternity card, it's not a fleeting thing. It's not, you know, a quick fix or you're into this for 5 minutes. This is actually something that I feel like you're really working hard to establish. You could be working with a couple other people. We see 3 in that card specifically, but you're putting your intention towards, you know, what is the reward? What is behind this? How can you build and grow this thing that's going to be in your life for a long time from that space of integrity and, you know, consciousness? Like it's like that magician energy, right? When we are consciously manifesting, when we're working with all the different factors in an intentional way. So obviously this can be related to a multitude of things. Everyone's situation is going to be different, but the energy, the vibe is definitely going to be the same if this message is meant for you. Also, as a side note, I do personal readings, energy healings, wellness consultations. So definitely reach out if you want me to look at your situation personally. Okay. So very interesting because this is kind of coming from this space. I feel like this is, for you Aries, this is like a new time of creation in your life, right? So maybe taking a step back from someone or something with that separation. It's like you are removing yourself from a situation that maybe, you know, wasn't really good for you in the first place. And so you have to, excuse me. Yeah, that Ace of Pentacles just fell out. I'm going to put it back in and we'll see if it pops up again. But, you know, so you had to kind of set your boundaries, separate, in order for you to kind of hone this vision is what I'm seeing. Your energy is very much like, okay, you feel like, hey, this is going to be around for a long time. I know that there is a lot of abundance. There's great reward. And so that lust is ensuing that passion. It's the quintessential vibe of that fire energy, right? So very beautiful. It's, like I said, it's very intentional. It has a lot of magician vibes to it. We'll see if he pops up. Something's making you feel like you lost out on a chance or an opportunity. There comes into, you know, that play, the tradition. So the Hierophant. So the Hierophant really deals with like I said, that level of tradition. It reminds me a lot, yes, it's correlated with the church, but it reminds me a lot of like when we're following traditional values, maybe putting our family front and center. The Five of Pentacles definitely has that church vibe as well. So I'm kind of, you have 2 5s. So that is in numerology, in the tarot, that's like when things are shifting. You know, we've reached the halfway point. We put time and intention into something, and now it's kind of hit this shift, this cycle. Fives are always those turning points, and depending on where we're at, what kind of energy we put into it, will kind of dictate what the circumstances are. Usually it's that point in a cycle when we have to kind of take a step back and reflect as to how it is affecting us, how it's working. Is it on the right path that we are cultivating, you know? And again, there's another family card. The Four of Wands is marriage, family, coming together. So there is huge emphasis on family in this reading. If it's not your family, then it can be people that you're very close to, like community members, you know, close friends, even business partners, like people that you have a close relationship with. Aries, your energy comes like you're waiting. What are you waiting for? Queen of Swords, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Waiting to kind of see how things play out. There has been, you know, like we talked about, something didn't really work out as you anticipated. You had to separate yourself from this connection. And I feel like, I don't know, what I guess I'm kind of hearing or seeing in this spread is that you're still waiting. Like, you guys might have had some connection conversation around this, but you're still waiting for that final, like, say so, I guess. Okay. So, Wheel of Fortune, Nine of Wands, Eight of Wands. So, you know, you might be dealing with someone who's backpedaling a little bit, kind of on the defensive, especially when it comes to communication. Like I said, it's like you guys have had some exchange. That's why you're showing up like, okay, maybe these things have been said, but I'm still gonna sit on this a little bit. I think that this interaction with this person or situation has also shown you a lot, especially with this Sun. That is when we are exposed to clarity, understanding. Like, it's almost like an awakening, right? Like, the sun shines so bright and that brings things into light. It illuminates the truth of what's happening. And I feel like you had, you know, this moment, we talked about this already, you had this moment where it's like, oh, that's what it is. And this person, you know, like I said, maybe a little bit on the defensive. They have their own stressors and burdens. They could be blocking you a little bit. Going from the 9 to the 8, like I said, it does talk about backtracking a little bit. But I also see with this person, like, they are really pursuing their own success. Like, they're taking a step back, but it also feels like in order to move forward, right? Sometimes we have to take that step back, reevaluate, you know, working through the transition, through the process. Trying to look at things a little bit more diplomatically, you know. It feels like they are... This message has been coming through a lot. Like, they are looking at things through that lens of, you know, what they're building and growing, right? So you have your thing, and however you guys are connected will be different with every person, every situation. Like I said, there is a lot of family energy involved. There's a lot of pentacle energy, so this can definitely be business. You know, but Aries, you're struggling to, like, really listen to your instincts and intuition around this. I don't know. Like, I feel like you're missing something as well. And maybe that, again, is why you're holding out. Maybe you're waiting, like I said, to see how things are unfolding. But this is basically saying that the connection is in your hands, but you're missing it. The High Priestess, Three of Cups, and Nine of Cups are all being blocked for you. The High Priestess talks about us being able to like have those gut instincts, really see, sense, and feel into what our intuition is telling us. Even if like sometimes the practical world is showing up differently, right? Like, yeah, we have logic and reasoning. That's how this person is expressing. But then there's also this element of like, you know, where you're kind of missing out on the connection, on this like really, this opportunity. Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. So let me look and see if this is with this King of Swords. So that's another air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But interestingly enough, you know, you have King and Queen of Swords. This Queen of Swords is showing up in your energy. This King of Swords is showing up in theirs. So it does talk about how there is good synergy, good harmony. And that would make a lot of sense why this Three of Cups, Nine of Cups, High Priestess is showing up together. Because Aries, I feel like you're missing the point a little bit. So sorry. I don't mean to be rude. There's no shade. And obviously the situations can be reversed. You know, you can be on the other side of the coin where you've had to kind of make some really rational decisions based on the information you have. You know, Nine of Wands is like really when we've been through the ringer, right? We're kind of feeling down and out, like everything that we put forth is just not working, you know. In the traditional tarot, it's like this guy who's been through war. He's like bloodied and bruised and broken. And what I love about the Nine of Wands energy is it does talk about that almost being over. But I feel like, you know, I feel like there's been a detour, especially as it relates to this situation, because it's going to, the disconnect that happened between you and this other person or situation is it's actually putting you back in the same loop, in the same cycle. So really take, you know, that scrutinizing eye, like, have you been in this position before? You know, even if it's not with the same person, even if it's just in your life, you know, really take a look at where this resonates and then evaluate, like, what am I not paying attention to? What am I not seeing? Because I feel like I said, you're kind of missing the point, and there is a lot of opportunity here. This is abundance. This is Capricorn energy, Virgo, Taurus. Queen of Cups is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So things are, like I said, it does look like there's a lot of people in this situation. Lots of people are, you know, popping up. They're involved. I feel like this is a lot about one specific thing that happened, some type of communication that came in, maybe a little bit out of left field, maybe something that you weren't 100% expecting, but you had to take action, you know, and for some reason, this change, like, is not being able to manifest with these other energies. It does. Oh, Temperance was at the bottom, guys. So, you know, I think it's like, you know, Temperance is a hard energy because it's calling us to remain balanced, even when it feels like it's like the last thing that you want to do, right? Things are hard. But I feel like you're going to have options, Aries. You're going to be presented. There's your energy right there. Queen of Wands. It's fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But I do feel like this is really you seizing your power, taking that stance, especially with that, I was going to say Leo, you know, but like Leo energy really is, it's about, you know, grasping a hold of the places that we shine, where our limelight is, you know, with those, that red sunflower. The lion is strength, it's endurance, it's having that strength and endurance. like I said, you're really focusing on this thing long term and how you're going to create it in a way that brings reward. And it's coming. I think this situation brought in a detour is what it's saying. It's not how you wanted it to work out, but that's kind of where I would encourage you, Aries, to really take a step back and listen or look, evaluate, because you are missing something. You're blocking an opportunity that I feel like is actually going to help you not have to go through all this BS, right? This is kind of just when we have to search in life, that Seven of Cups energy, searching through, you know, all the potential, all the possibility, but not really having anything that's assured, anything that's gonna like guaranteed work out. So for you, okay, revolutionary or the sovereign. Yeah, so you're taking on that position of taking over, taking charge, being the one that's on top, dictating how things are going to run, etc. Be mindful of that. That's a very empowered energy. It can also be a very addictive energy because it puts us in the control of other people. And so that goes back to what I was just saying, Aries, like we kind of have to check ourselves, right? And make sure that we're not making decisions out of our ego, but it's like authentically actually what we're feeling and hearing, okay? And so for this other person, it's patience. So, you know, you might still have some more interaction with this individual, but for right now, you guys aren't like finding a way to find balance, to find harmony, etc. There is something that you're not seeing, that you're not feeling, you know, and that I think is kind of about making a decision, you know, so that goes back to waiting on it, right? That Seven of Pentacles energy. But remember, sometimes waiting is not making a decision. Well, it's making a decision too, right? Like you're choosing not to pursue that thing, but then that's going to throw you into that Seven of Cups energy. So I hope that helps, guys. I'm sending lots of love and blessings with whatever you're navigating through. It sounds like there's some things that need to be reflected on and looked at, and, you know, just kind of listen to your inner heart. So I hope this video helps. Definitely give me a thumbs up if it does. Check out the other content. Drop comments below. Let's build and grow the community. Look forward to talking to you soon. See ya.